I'm super excited to have with us today a pioneer of the Pro-Am dancing in Russia and I must say in the world in general, Mr. Alexey Mindel, the organizer of the Moscow Ball and the Champions Ball. So Alexey, welcome to the show. Really my honor to interview you.
Yeah, I'm also very pleased to be invited to the show. I'm pioneer or pensioner, I don't know, but we really have a long way here in Russia to create the Pro-Am society.
Exactly. That's why we have so much to learn. I'm so eager to hear from you. First of all, the Moscow Ball has become one of the like a Russia tradition for the Pro-Am industry in Russia and in the world in general. Now, first of all, what inspired you to create back in 2006, if I get it right, the very first Pro-Am competition in Russia, but probably it's not the first one. Please let me know more about this.
Thank you, Fabrizio, for this question. And first of all, I would just a little clarify the situation because the Moscow Ball was not the very first Pro-Am competition we organized in Russia. And our first steps came even earlier with a small Pro-Am final held within the framework of the Russian Open Championship Glory of Russia. And that time we called it a simple presentation of the Pro-Am movement, but the very first open international Pro-Am competition in Russia was the Champions Ball, which we launched and which still takes place in every April. However, the Moscow Ball became a continuation of my producer's journey, one began much earlier, exactly 30 years ago, in December 1995, together with Spartak Society and my partner Natalia Pavel Polosins. We organized the very first Spartak Cup. It was a dance sport competition, almost the biggest in Russia. And the most interesting at that event was something entirely new. We invited pop stars, staged the competition with the rules of the show business, with the TV cameras and TV coverage, and turned the dance sport into a true spectacle, not just a sporting competition. And of course, we remain sport at its core and bringing together amateur and professional couples during the Spartak Cup. And then it continues with the Pro-Am couples when I started with my partner Olga Panchenko, created dancing school, Gala Dance here in Russia.
Wow, that's an impressive story. And you have an amazing experience. I mean, almost 30 years of experience. That's absolutely impressive. And so you're saying that each of your events carry like his own like festival atmosphere, like a joy, tradition, emotion. How do you cultivate that feeling year after year, especially when the dancers return, almost like they go back to their own home?
Thank you again for these excellent questions. And it's very pleasant that you notice these features. And you know, when we speak about the Moscow Ball, and it's just one of our 7 Pro-Am competitions a year we organize. To create this festival atmosphere in Moscow Ball, in fact, the easiest. Why? Because it takes place at a very special moment in Moscow, when the city itself becomes like a stage. The streets are dressed in the festive lights, snow sparkles in the air, and the whole city breathes with the anticipation of New Year's holiday. And we do everything possible to complete this atmosphere and to support this mood. We even have a saying, the way the Moscow Ball goes, so will the New Year's party will be. So it's almost our tradition. And importantly, we deliberately keep our stage decoration, choose not to change the decoration dramatically from year to year. We just add and change some few details, but overall the feeling of the whole of the ballroom remains the familiar. Because when guests arrive at the Moscow Ball, we want them to feel exactly as you said, as if they come home. It's like visiting your grandmother's house for the holidays. You know where everything is, you recognize the warm atmosphere, and you feel safe and joyful. So the hall itself transformed into a grand palace with a parquet floor and a huge central screen. Sometimes a giant Christmas tree appears, sometimes on the screen we have a parade of snowmen, sometimes other magical winter scenes. All of this together sustains the festival spirit of the season, and that is why people love the Moscow Ball. It's not just a competition, it's a return to tradition, to home of dance and celebration to the very, very heart of winter magic.
That's absolutely amazing. And actually, I attended personally the Moscow Ball before, and it's absolutely magic and amazing, the type of atmosphere that you managed to create. And then as an organizer, I search in Google how the ballroom looks like before you start your work. And it's just a regular ballroom. But then when I walk in, it's amazing, the transformation. I mean, what you're creating, really, as you said, it looks like a palace with the chandelier, the snowflakes, the golden stairs. It's really amazing. So what is the secret behind that level of production? Because I know as organizer what it takes. How do you manage to put that type of, create that type of atmosphere, that type of stage?
The secret, in truth, is very simple. People often ask us, how do you manage to preserve this tradition? Why does the Moscow Ball never lose its charm? And my answer is straightforward. The Moscow Ball does not have to reinvent itself every year in order to capture attention. For us, the Moscow Ball is like a new year itself. We always know what to expect, and yet we always look forward to a certain miracle that comes after the New Year Eve. The traditions of this holiday, especially in Russia, are strong and timeless, and we have built the Moscow Ball on exactly the same foundation. If we speak of music, of course, we must mention the genius Tchaikovsky. In Moscow, there is a long-standing tradition. Before the New Year night, people try to attend the Nutcracker at the Bolshoi Theater. But the Bolshoi is very small, and not everyone can be there. So we invite all those who could not find a seat in the theater to join us at the ball, and together through Tchaikovsky music, then can step into the same magic of the New Year spirit. And that is why for us, Tchaikovsky Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker has become the true leitmotif of our competition, the heartbeat of the Moscow Ball itself.
That's amazing. People cannot go to Bolshoi. You bring the Bolshoi atmosphere in.
Yeah, and sometimes we even invite ballerinas for the opening ceremonies.
Wow, wow, that's it. The cherry on the cake. Fantastic. And I'm sure that constantly, every year, there are some new amateur dancers that they compete maybe for the first time at Moscow Ball. So what do you hope they feel while they compete for their first time at Moscow Ball?
You know, that very first step onto the parquet is unforgettable, and beginner dancers may not yet have the polished technique, the confidence of the experience of competition, but in that moment, they feel something far greater. They feel the weight of tradition, the beauty of music surrounding them, and the energy of the hall itself. We're really proud that atmosphere is unbelievable on Moscow Ball, and everyone supports another one. So even in the morning session, the atmosphere is fantastic in the hall. What does a beginner understand? Perhaps not the interests of choreography or the subtle language of movement, not yet, but they do understand instinctively that they are part of something bigger than themselves. They realize that they are stepping into a story that began long before them and which will continue after them. And for me, that is the most precious moment when a dancer, even at the very beginning of the journey, suddenly discovers that mixture of awe, joy, and belonging to this beautiful world of dance. That is essence of the Moscow Ball, that every participant, no matter how new, feels at home in the great tradition of dance.
That's very well said. I totally agree. We are talking about ProAm. There is a lot behind the ProAm competition. And of course, is the competitive part. But then there is also much more than that makes the performance or attending Moscow Ball, that make it really memorable. So what do you think that makes the performance memorable for a ProAm couple? Is it the precision, the emotion, or it is something deeper?
For me, it's never only about precision or technique. What matters most is the present moment itself. You see, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday or what will happen tomorrow. We all live here and now. And the couples who are able to surrender completely to this moment, to immerse themselves fully, to feel the beauty of the lights, the grandeur of the music, the warmth of the audience, those are the dancers who capture my attention. They radiate authenticity, and through them, the entire hall begins to breathe together. When I witness that, I cannot help but applaud them sincerely. I want that moment to last as long as possible, because in this instant, dance becomes more than movement, it becomes pure life itself.
That's great. When it goes to another level above the competition itself, that's fantastic. And then you are, I must say, a pro. I'm really inspired by you, the way you treat the ProAm, seeing your experience. And with the dance promotion group, you also created like a loyalty program and like a status program with some special VIP experiences, special access, like premium, premium plus, elite. So why was it important for you to reward loyalty and also deepen the connection with the community?
Yes, indeed, the DPG status, Dance Promotion Group status program, was born out of a very clear vision. Over the years, I have come to understand that dance is not only about competition, it's about community, about loyalty, and about relationships and growth stronger with time, and about, first of all, about the community. And we wanted to give something back to those students and teachers who walk this journey with us year after year. The categories of premium, premium plus, and elite levels are not simply labels. They are a way to recognize commitment, to express gratitude, and to make people feel that they are not just participants in the event, but members of a family of our competition. This program opens doors to special experience and privileges, of course, but more importantly, it deepens the bond between the organizers and the dancers. It tells every person your presence matters, your loyalty is valued, and you belong here. And for me, as someone who has dedicated decades for this art, that connection is priceless. The DPG status program is simply a formal reflection of that heartfelt truth and our appreciation again.
That's also the spirit of our collaboration with the World Cup ProAm series, to create a community. That's fundamental, the spirit of collaboration between organizers together with the couples, and create like a big family that travel around the world and yes, compete, but create a new experience and enriching the life. That's fantastic.
And for me, I believe that for majority of our students and teachers, it's much more important than medals, that results, sport results. I mean, to be in such a nice community of people which love dance.
Exactly. I was in Istanbul just a while ago, and during the gala dinner, when everybody, or even during the awards presentation, that's what I do also for the Fabulous Cup. Everybody on the floor, we dance a bit, and then we proceed with the prize presentation. So yes, it's about competition, but it's about the bonding, the community that we are creating. That's why we have this type of collaboration. I love it. So you are an amazing expert of the ProAm industry. I know that soon you're going to celebrate your 30 years anniversary. So in this industry, as organizer, you created a lot, you shaped this industry. Now, where do you see the next chapter going? What dreams you still have for the Moscow Ball or for the ProAm industry in general?
I feel that ProAm in Russia has become very competitive in recent years. And it's highly athletic, highly demanding, and while that is admirable, it can also intimidate those who are only considering taking the first steps into dance. That is why our vision is twofold. On the one hand, we must continue to preserve the highest professional level for ProAm couples, the excellence, the artistry, the standards that inspires us all. But at the same time, we must also create space for newcomers, for people who dance not only for the sports results, but for their joy and fun. Whether through dedicated events or special scheduling within our competition, we want to give real attention to those who are just beginning or just enjoying the dance, not deep inside, very deep into the sport. Because there are some students for whom victory is not the main goal. For them, what matters most is the atmosphere of celebration, of belonging, of joy, and it's our duty to give them that. So in the near future, our competitions will certainly continue to attract the strongest ProAm couple and dancers of the very highest caliber, but alongside them, we will be introducing special programs and unique things so that beginners dancers too can discover the world of dance promotion group competitions and the World ProAm Cup series. This balance between excellence all the top, and a welcome and embrace at the entry level is what will shape the future.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, these very high level, super competitive couples become like someone to aim to look forward to. But yes, you said it very well about embracing everyone and giving a chance to everyone to grow through this beautiful dancing industry. Now, I'm 100% sold. I love the Moscow Ball. It's an amazing event. But if there is somebody that is still on the fences, is there thinking, should I go? Or maybe yes or no? How do they can reach out to you or to your team?
Actually, it's easy to reach. I believe that we can put our contact telephone number, WhatsApp, any kind of communication we are ready to accept. I know that it's not a long time before the competition. It's a short notice, but I still believe that some couples want to join us for this really, really magic days in Moscow and find the way of logistic to reach the Moscow on this weekend in December.
And now, just to close, describe the Moscow Ball in 3 words.
Fabulous. Sorry, but I think you love this word.
I love it.
Fabulous,
yes.
Magic, very warm and soulmate.
That was 4.
Skip fabulous as a general word for this series.
No, absolutely. With an event like this caliber, definitely deserve more words. 100% agree. So now, finish the sentence. You know it is the Moscow Ball when
you listen Flower Waltz.
Flower Waltz. Wow, I love it. And if the spirit of the Moscow Ball were to be a piece of music or a dance, what that would be?
As I said, it's a waltz, and it's Tchaikovsky, and maybe it's a Podmoskovные вечера. It's a very lyric Russian song, very popular here in Russian, Podmoskovные вечера. And if you like, I can send you a link to this melody. Wonderful.
We will definitely leave the link in the description. Alexey, thank you so much. Alexey Mindel, the organizer of the Moscow Ball, part of the World Cup ProAm series. Moscow Ball, an event not to be missed, absolutely magical, close to Christmas, special atmosphere. Thank you, Alexey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.